your hosts, Brandon Reef and Jonathan Birdsong.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Crossroads Sports Radio, episode number 321 here on a Wednesday night. I'm your host, Brandon Reef. Be joined momentarily by my co-host, Jonathan Birdsong. We had audio issues last week with Blog Talk. Looks like this week they kind of got their stuff figured out. So we'll be talking this and that tonight. We've got a lot going on. We've got World Series, the baseball. It's going to be starting later this week. We've got the NFL obviously going on. We've got college football going on. We've got the NBA started up last night. We got the Pacers first game tonight. So all that and more. We got my co-host here, Jonathan Birdsong. JB, how are you?
Man, I'm doing just fine, man. Adjusting to this, brisk fall weather. Indianapolis has, man. Brandon, how you doing, man? I know we got a tall order tonight, man. I do appreciate you, adjusting in the moment, man. But no, man, I know we got a tall order now. We got to talk NBA, NFL. We also have Tater calling in about 7:50. I do believe kind of go over some picks, man. I know it's a rough week. We also have a special guest tonight, man. I know we had technical difficulties last weekend, and last Tuesday, y'all, and we didn't necessarily get to have our special guest call in. So Hall of Famer Debbie Walker Iverson. I know I jacked up her name, so when she calls in, she's gonna probably correct me, Brandon. Sorry. So hey, Hall of Famer from Mizzou basketball. She's going to call in and tap in with us, man, tonight around about 8:30, man. Just start, a short 15 minutes because I know time is critical, with our show time. And, she's actually on West Coast time. So she's going to tap in with us, man. We're going to be able to, ask her about a little bit about her, her background, upbringing, and, how she got to Mizzou and all that. And then, how she moves in her city, man. Like, dude, man, she's like an ambassador. In Seattle area, man, where she lives at, man. So yeah, that's at 8:30, man. But like, look, Brett, I know, your mind is, we've been texting back and forth all this weekend, man. So like, where you really want to start first off?
Yeah, we'll dive right in. We'll go NFL. John, check your phone. I shot you a text right before the show started.
Okay.
So, and then we can kind of go on the fly with that. But yeah, I want to go right into the NFL Week 7 recap. Indianapolis Colts, local team here in the state. Indianapolis Colts beat the Miami Dolphins. It was not pretty, but they got the job done. Colts win. They move, I believe, to 3-3. I think now is their record overall. So 2 wins in a row. They beat the Titans, and then also beating the Dolphins 16-10. Colts are looking good. Richardson not so good. A lot of people, there were some Colts fans calling for, hey, let's just sit him and keep going with Flacco. 10-24, 129 yards, quarterback rating of 59. He did have 14 carries for 56 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions. Colts get the win, though. That's the most important thing with those injuries. And it looks like we're going to start having some guys possibly coming back later this week.
Yeah, man. They got to still be with this team, man. They're glad to get a win because that's in of the NFL. But our odds are still on Anthony Richardson, and can he be the next great quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts, man? Still a lot of things that kind of remains to be seen with that. So I would say they take their dub and move on. Be honest with you. I know other folks are gonna be kind of critical of I guess they want to see more out of Anthony Richardson. I don't necessarily want to see more in the run dynamic. I don't necessarily going to see that until Jonathan Taylor gets out there with him to make that. Did you? I don't know if you've seen the highlights for any of the highlights when Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson made a fool out of Tampa Bay. This past, what was that, Monday?
Yeah, Monday.
Out of them, man. So, So if that is like division, a high power dynamic, two guys, quarterback and running back, then we're not necessarily going to see the best version of Anthony Rich just yet. And I know that's not making no excuse. That's just what it is, man, because he still has the accuracy issues. With or without John Taylor being there. So I get anybody, what's trying to do that. But it'll get better, when JT gets out there.
Yeah, Colts big one this week. They are going to Houston to take on the Texans for the second time. They're one game back in the division currently with Houston. It's a chance to make some noise down there, but I mean, Houston's had you never now for 2 years, so I don't have a lot of faith when they go down there later for this Sunday for the game. Current spread, just for everybody wondering, is Houston Texans -5 currently.
Man, you got that cocky enough, man, to start talking about what you're going to do and must wins and that. You want to, maintain, above water, your 500 status, man. So if they can, special teams didn't look at, I know I'm trying to stop not necessarily talk about the over critiquing of the quarterback. Everybody knows where, where that is at, right? But special teams didn't look too shabby this past weekend,
Yep.
That's what's going to kind of be needed playing against the Texans. I think the Texans a little bit more offensively. I don't necessarily have the numbers in front of me, but I'm pretty sure the Texans is averaging more per game per offense. And they know who they're solidified the quarterback. So there's no, and I'm not saying CJ Stroud's perfect by any imagination, but
right.
No. So. But then they got some solid, pretty solid defense. Even though there's been a game or two where they kind of got blown out, so it's not necessarily like the Texans are unbeatable when you kind of put everything together. So you have to go down there, not with the idea of not get blown out, nothing like that. But man, you got Richardson can't put it on turf. He definitely can't be serving up to the other team, man. It's granted, I'll be honest with you, they can kind of control those two things, man. They got a chance, they got a shot against Texas.
Yeah. Scott K says, what about my GD Lions? Lions win 31-29 on the Vikings. Both teams are 5-1.
Man, they got to make a move. The Dodgers got to make a move, don't they? I mean, I'm not the. You got to put the win. The win was a great win, right? Especially coming off, But they got to make a move. They lost Hutchinson, and I don't think they can get Miles Garrett type of swing to come through there. But could have Max Crosby help out the Lions? I don't know. Would that make sense?
Raiders said
hell
or high water before they trade him. They said so.
That's a little high water.
That's a lot, right? It's a lot. Yeah, losing Hayden Hutchinson, that was a huge loss there. But going on the road against a team like the Vikings, who is surprise darlings of the world right now, and upsetting them there at their place. Gibbs, 116 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. St. Brown with 112 yards receiving. They still, I'm sorry, people are going to be upset. They still need a number 2 wide receiver, I think. I know right now you've got Laporta in there. You're throwing balls to Gibbs and Montgomery. I know Raymond had a touchdown. I mean, but right now your number 2 technically would be like either Raymond or Patrick. I mean, you got to make a trade. I mean, look what the Chiefs are doing. My God, now they lose Schuster. They lose 2 other guys to injuries, and then they go out here and trade for DeAndre Hopkins. Now, I'm not saying Hopkins is going to be like this missing piece. Oh my God, the dude's obviously got problems himself because he can't stay in a locker room. So he's jumped team to team to team. So I think he'll make it work with Patty Mahomes and them. I think it will, but you got to go out and try to get that piece. I've been bitching about my Steelers trying to go out and get a second piece for a wide receiver out there. They didn't get Ayuk. They didn't get Hopkins. Now they're in the mix for possibly a Cooper Kupp from the Rams. But you got to go out there and get another piece That way, they're not going to be loading the box when it comes playoff time there on Gibbs and Montgomery. And then you just have the cornerback and the safety that float over on St. Brown. So, no, I think the Lions are all right, but I think they need to make one move before the trade deadline either way. So, just to kind of put a little bit of bow on it, because you don't know what other injuries are going to happen in the season, that second half of the season, or even to other ones, I guess. So, man, Browns got their wish, John. They got up and started cheering, standing ovation to Deshaun Watson, Achilles injury, out for the year. The fans celebrated. They finally, you're not off the contract, but you finally got tired of seeing piss poor quarterback being played.
Man, I'm always gonna be pro athlete on that.
Oh, I know you are.
I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, you got to take the high road, fans. You paid your money to pay to go see the game and all that. If you got pissed off about quarterback, you're gonna say, why'd you pay the money to go see the game? You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? But Cleveland is a hot mess. And you know what I'm saying, they got some backup options, I guess, man. I don't know. Did Desmond Ritter, did he get a call up, or was that was the Raiders? I think that might have been the Raiders. I don't know.
Yeah, it's the Raiders.
Like, they got some quarterback options. Yeah, they got some quarterback options in Cleveland. But you know what I'm saying, they're definitely gonna be, you know what I'm saying, picking one coming up in the April draft 2025. But no, man, stay classy, Cleveland. That's all I got to say.
Steelers beat the Jets 37-15. Another game over 30 points. Rusty Wilson got it going, John. 16 to 29, 264, and 2 touchdowns, and 1 rushing touchdown for Rusty. Came in, played well. I was impressed.
Yeah, looked like you know what I'm saying, they had to trust what they were kind of seeing in practice, man. Again, I kind of said last week on last Wednesday show that you got to keep the secondary, and I get it, you know what I'm saying, you got to keep it attractive too, though, Brandon. So, like, if you do have a diva wide receiver kind of boiling out there, you still have to keep it, you know what I'm saying, Pittsburgh still have to look somewhat, to free agencies, you know what I'm saying, and to draft this all day. They got to look, you know what I'm saying, somewhat attractive, you know what I'm saying. Who knows why Brandon Ayuk didn't want to come, you know what I'm saying, to the Pittsburgh organization, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Who knows? That trade didn't happen, right? Well, yeah, it's kind of good now, but you got to keep, you know what I'm saying, what you have happy at home. So think about it, man. Through how many weeks? And I ain't about to poo-poo Justin Fields, man, because
he's all right. Fields is all right.
The move. But Justin Fields hasn't really thrown. Justin Fields has not thrown for a touchdown this year. I don't think he's thrown for one. He's run.
Yeah, he's strong. He's thrown the Fryer move. I was at that game. Steelers Colts.
Yeah, he got one. So there's some things that, you know what I'm saying, that they've seen in practice and they see on film or whatever. But just, you know what I'm saying, that they're some of those talents.
Russ, man. He was laid off for a year playing.
Yeah, but if you think about it, man, Pittsburgh Steelers, like, overnight, you know what I'm saying, I think, we were kind of highly skeptical of all the moves that they made, you know what I'm saying, with the draft picks and then the moves that, you know what I'm saying, absorbing the rest of the contract, or, you know what I'm saying, for what, a point, a half, 16th of it, right? Thinking that he was going to deep out on them, man. You know what I'm saying? I know it's only one game in, but he hasn't really thrown for whatnot, even in, you know what I'm saying, in training camps or even with Justin Fields kind of starting. He hasn't been a whole lot of, you know what I'm saying, not out of his camp. Like, other teams have kind of sent Steelers out there, said he's interested in playing for him, but, like, you can probably shut the doors on Miami now, right? You can kind of definitely, you know what I'm saying, shut the doors on anything Saints related, you know, whatever. So, or Vegas too. So, you know, Russ is here to stay, man. You gotta like what you see.
Shirts are out. The Russie and Jussie. I've seen those shirts being sold there in Pittsburgh. So it's got their pictures on it, the quarterback room. Jussie and Russie. Yeah, I was impressed. Started out tough, but I ended up getting it pulled through in the second quarter. You know, Rodgers looked like shit, John. Just throwing picks and just, I think he's done, man. I hate to say it, but that's not the Russie we know, or the Rodgers we know.
Darren Rodgers.
Yeah.
But he ain't getting no MVP. He ain't getting no MVP trophy this year. Not happening.
Nah. Sorry about you, right? Um, so let's see, NFL wise. Oh, we never got to talk about last week, John. I got some audio. Uh, Cowboys when they got their ass kicked, right? We just we played a little bit of it, but some people told me they couldn't hear us. So I wanted to play it this week. But this was Jerry when he called into his radio show after he took that ass kicking to the Lions.
But let me tell you what I'll do. Let me tell you what I'll do about it. I will let us sit down and look at the decisions we've made over the last several years. Okay? I'll look at it. Now, if you think I'm interested on a damn phone call with you over the radio and sitting here and throwing all the good out with the dishwater, you have got to be smoking something over there this morning. I'm not. And I really don't, and I don't even want our listeners to listen to me, to talk about, this is not your job.
I mean, it
Your
is.
job isn't to let me go over all the reasons that I did something and I'm sorry that I did it. That's not your job.
Well, my job is to ask why.
Job, or I'll get somebody else to ask these questions, man.
Jerry, we're trying to figure out why the team.
No, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. You're not going to figure out it's what the team is doing.
So Jerry's not happy, John. It was his birthday. They got their ass kicked. They had a bye week this past week to kind of figure out what's going on. And what did they get? They go to Sunday Night Football in San Francisco with a beat-up 49ers team.
That's my only, you know what I'm saying, that I still, follow a little bit. It's guaranteed, man. It's a guaranteed win over San Francisco 49ers. 49ers are too beaten up, too battered, too bruised. I know they're a very powerful bunch. I know they still got Brock Purdy. I know they still got, you know what I'm saying, Joey Bosa. Oh, excuse me, not Joey. It's Nick Bosa.
Nick, yeah.
It's a Bosa.
There's rumors going around that the Patriots might be firing Gerard Mayo. Just ain't working.
Not too sure. I mean, if he lost the locker room, Drake May, it's still gonna be a work in progress, man. Y'all expecting the kids to come out there and win, saying y'all can't even get a running game. Last Sunday they had negative rushing yards, that's all. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And they couldn't stop the run either. So the guy offensively, you know what I'm saying, if you can't put points up on the board, always, you're gonna hit those clear passes real feed about a fire and whatnot. It'd be just some sort of a short leash, you know what I'm saying? You gotta get a chance to get all your pieces together. Kind of when I look at the New England Patriots, and the fact that they can't run the ball, but the quarterback, the rookie, right, is kind of, you know what I'm saying, making, he has a pretty good completion rate this past weekend. Kind of got that offensive line, man, and then, you know what I'm saying, are you special, you know what I'm saying, at tight end, or are you special, you know what I'm saying, some of the other, you know what I'm saying, the spots that can help the offensive line, man. I'm not saying you just throw a dime dollar, you know what I'm saying, being running back in to do your, you know what I'm saying, to handle the business, but like, you know what I'm saying, where else are the New England Patriots specialists? When you know what I'm saying, when you break down, I know we don't necessarily go down one hole. With the Patriots, it's kind of Colts, Steelers here, right? You know what I'm saying? Occasional Bears and, you know what I'm saying, Detroit Pistons, people call in. But, like, nah, man, it's like, where are they really special at? You know what I'm saying? They a little age, too. You know what I'm saying? So, I would give Vincent Mayo, you know what I'm saying, one more year. And then, you know what I'm saying, they got to get a little more, you know what I'm saying, creative on that, you know what I'm saying, with the line play. They got to get more dynamic. And, you know what I'm saying, if you ain't got the ponies out there, then you just can't blame the coach.
Okay. Broncos win another one, John. They've won 4 of their last 5 games. They beat the Saints there last Thursday night. Your apology tour for Bo Nix will continue. And quickly, quick note, in other news, the Pacers are once again doing what Pacers do to start games. They're already down 12-4, already struggling. Can't rebound. So great start to the season. First 5 minutes of the ball game for Indiana there.
Man, can't lose your mind about game one.
No, but it was all season. Ravens, John, 41-31 over the Bucks. Impressive win. Yeah.
For sure. Lamar looked like the MVP.
Oh.
Derrick Henry looked like he could be the co-MVP if they had such a thing. But nah, man, the Ravens look good. Like I said, Doug's been digging himself out of that hole that they kind of put themselves in. And still, I know people there's going to be some naggers that be like, well, they can't be Kansas City. Yeah. You know, Kansas City is playing good. Kansas City isn't playing great.
Right.
Ravens are playing great. Right now, the Ravens are playing great. If they played that game again versus Kansas City, either in Kansas City or in Baltimore, I think the Ravens right now would win. Just kind of based off like what we kind of think. Like Patrick Mahomes has more interceptions than he has touchdowns right now. I know it's crazy, man. I'm pretty sure I'd better take that stat for you right now, man. You got more interceptions than he has touchdowns, man. So maybe DeAndre Hopkins can kind of help out with that, but. No, man. Baltimore Ravens, man, looking like world beaters.
Crossroads Sports Radio, presented by sponsor Scott K. Nichols State Farm Insurance. All your insurance needs, please go see them. We'll get Scott and the guys there at State Farm Insurance. Take care of you just like they take care of us. John, I want to, before I dive to the NBA, because we're going to do college football with Tanner here in a bit, a couple news and notes, really. Braylon Mullins, about an hour ago, John, made his decision. He was down to IU, UConn, and UConn and UNC. The number 16 national recruit for the 2025 class here in Greenfield, Indiana, about 20 minutes east of Indianapolis. He chose UConn as his college choice.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm not UConn. UConn said they've been running college basketball for the last 30 years. They've been pickpocketing the IU program, man, last 2 seasons, man. As you know, saying Mullins just like I said, just announced that he's going there, and then the kid that denounced, what's his name, Liam?
Yeah,
can't remember his last name right now. Yeah, he went to he saying decommitted and now he's with UConn. So obviously the kid is a high basketball level player. I think at one point early in the recruiting he had flirted with Purdue, and it kind of like Brandon. It doesn't irritate me, man, because other people, other analysts and whatnot get into your ear, and everybody's just saying in your head how much of a better basketball player that you are, maybe are or aren't. You know what I'm saying? Based on and then so the ego and whatnot gets a little inflated. So maybe the mid major says and Purdue this recruiter. Oh my goodness, now I got cuter quote unquote cuter girls, the Dukes, the North Carolinas. You know what I'm saying? The Utahs of the world. So, because I was kind of like over it. I remember it was like 2 weeks ago. He's like, man, he's gonna let it. I'm like, like he's like, listen, everybody listening right now. Like he's not Kevin Durant going to Texas. You know what I'm saying? This is not super flag. You know what I mean? Like those dudes are automatic. Or Zion Williamson going to do those dudes like the minute they was off college campus, they was number 1, number 2 draft pick. Everybody knew, you know what I'm saying? So, he kind of drew it out for me just a little bit, man. So, I applaud him, man. He's going to a powerhouse. They're going to pull out the best of him, where he makes it to the next level, makes it be seen, man. But I applaud him. Unfortunately, he chose. Somebody went to Big East, he want to go to Butler. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
But UConn quote unquote puts more pros into the NBA than Butler has, but. So we'll see what Mr. Mullins has.
Okay. There was an interesting quote this weekend I saw on Friday night from Mike Woodson, Hoosier Hysteria. He said, quote, "It's not about me. It's about what Bob Knight built. There's nothing left for me to do than win a Big Ten title and a national title. It would mean the world to me, but it would mean more to the fans." And I know your moral enemy talked about this, and I talked about it. We're talking about Big Ten titles and national titles. Like, what? Can we look about the second round of the second weekend of the tournament? Like, can we look at that? Can we look at maybe top 4 in the Big Ten. I know this year they're looking good. They're going to be top.
No,
you got to get up there.
Nah, you got to talk about at least the Big Ten. I mean, this kind of crazy talking about national title.
Right?
Big Ten for sure. Big Ten. IU, like, is the blood still blue?
National title.
You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be. They were doing a whole lot of dance for that Midnight Madness. I was like,
TikToking?
Well, it resembled more so, you know what I'm saying? I know we have a couple of Hoosier fans to listen to, so I don't mean no disrespect. I remember when John Wall, what year was that? Was it John Wall?
2012 or 2011.
Yeah, man, he came out there and did his little, you know what I'm saying, stop, and then he got Dougie, and then, you know what I'm saying, next year he Dougie, you know what I'm saying, for the Wizards, which was horrible, you know what I'm saying, that was horrible because it set that franchise back another 7,000 years. They still ain't nothing, you know what I'm saying, because of John Wall Dougie.
Damn.
So, Brandon, it looked like a whole lot of Dougie. In Bloomington, Dougie and Bloomington, like, we got to see some dubs, man. For real. It's not, there ain't no talk down in West Lafayette.
Talk
you know
business.
what I mean? There's no talk. You know what I'm saying? Kind of all business in Michigan, too.
Yep.
As they have, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of all business. As they transition from, you know what I'm saying, different leadership, too. At Jawan, you couldn't cut it or whatever, or wasn't cut whatever. You were frantic for you. Now we got somebody who's in bitch for a Final Four, too. You know, 216, too.
Yep.
So, you should be talking about Big Ten for sure. You know what I'm saying? Then, like, navigating that tournament has been a bugaboo for them, unfortunately. You know what I mean? But, like, I don't necessarily think about in the tournament, Brand. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say I don't want to get in trouble. We still trying to get music conditions in Bloomington and everywhere else, man. So when it comes to tournament things, and I'm filling out my bracket, like, I can almost tell you, like, I ain't got. I'll just be honest with you, man. You know, you like versus what Kentucky. Oh, no, excuse me, not Kentucky. What Kansas? The last couple seasons, Duke. The last couple seasons. I'm trying to think who else is getting. You know what I'm saying? Pretty another blue blood. You know what I'm saying? Kind of on that level, man. Like, nah, man. IU it's not on. Has not been the same blue blood. No, they're not. They haven't. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. You know, they don't consider Purdue a blue blood because they ain't won a national championship. But Purdue, like, dude, like, I don't know if you keep your old Final Four seats and whatnot, but, like, Purdue, they just keep on, you know what I mean? I get it, man. They get stung. What's the name? Fairly Dickinson, stung, like, or whoever, somebody else. But, like, it's the resume prior to that, the tournament was impeccable. So, you know what I'm saying? There's that. And, you know, but, like, IU, the blue, I don't know if it's still blue no more. It's like a Smurf blue. You know what I mean? So they gotta get the seriousness back into the program, man. And they ain't gonna get it by Dougie. I know that, but they can get it by if they can get some dubs. You know what I'm saying? In the win, you know what I'm saying, the win column. So we'll see what they have.
There was also a little noise made this weekend from this. It's not exactly this clip, but there's some similarities to this one.
Guys are idiots. And three foolish men, I put you right in that category.
Your buddy tweeted out, "I'm always amazed at the stupidity of this statement." John, he was coming at you.
Man, all I did, man, I said, hey, man, we better save a little bit for Michigan. That's all I said.
Not literally, you didn't mean it literally either.
No, man. So I know Dan listens to me. He does. He might not listen to the show, but does listen to me because he tweets out every time I tweet him. You know what I'm saying? He says something. You know what I'm saying? Right or wrong. Usually wrong because it's going against what I say. But IU, you know what, Brad? I'm not in my wildest dreams. Probably not in theirs either, man. Because every one of them foolish ass analysts up on that game day or whatever the hell it was, Fox. You know what I'm saying? Said it was going to be a close game. I thought IU was going to win. You can go back and look at my tweets. You asked me to pull the tape from last week. I thought IU was going to win by like 10, maybe 14. Or you know what I'm saying? I thought IU was better than Nebraska. I thought it was going to be close. All right, then it's going to be a whooping.
That's old-fashioned.
Matt Rule. They came out and, man, Matt Rule was pissed. Didn't get an unsportsmanlike penalty?
Yeah.
He was pissed. You know what I'm saying? So, It's a different. I know the biggest criticism is always going to be can it be sustained what he's kind of built here. Because it's kind of is in jeopardy. The kid from Clemson who already transferred from Clemson to IU, he's already checked out. Ellington, not Ellington. I can't remember. I think that his name is wide out. He's gone. You know what I mean? Some of these, Bray, you gotta be careful. Some of these NIL kids, they NIL kids because they coach. They was like, man, the coach didn't. Well, it wasn't the coach. It's you, kid. You know what I'm saying? And then the biggest issue IU's going to be facing, kind of going further. I'll go back into the game just a little bit. But it's like the kid Rourke got hurt. The kid, you know what I'm saying? I didn't he had to have surgery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
thumb.
I know they have I know they got a, you know what I'm saying, the last year starter, Taylor. He started, you know what I'm saying, a couple games, you know what I'm saying, last year or whatever. Can they navigate through Washington? Yeah, don't take Washington lightly. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's the day. You know what I mean? But Washington is coming. It is a game in Bloomington. It's a game. Washington got to drive. You know, so fly. However they get here, right? So, they're like, no, man. The IU losers, man. There's no way if you had made that. If you had made that bet that this new dude coming in would flip this team just like that, man. I'll be like, man, there's no way. You know what I'm saying? But here he is, man. Here he is. They can be special, Brandon, if they can kind of weather this injury bug. And that's probably where the upper echelon, the real blue blood teams, are kind of deferred from a team like a Georgia, a team like a Alabama. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Even in the past, even Oklahoma, they had depth at quarterback or depth at, you know what I'm saying, that particular star position. Can't think about what Texas got. Texas got, I told you, me and you, I was like, Archie Manning should have started versus, you know what I'm saying, versus Georgia. But like, nah. So like, this is the challenge. This is going to be the challenge for IU. Can they be special? You know, or win some games without their starting quarterback. The dude probably should have been in Heisman talk. You know what I'm saying? He was, you know, saying cutting up, you know, saying yards. I think he had like, he was on before he got injured in that game. I think he had like 1,600 yards already. You know what I'm saying? With games to play. So, Rourke's gonna have to miss a game. They can be special, Brandon. If they can beat both the Michigan teams. Like, you know, not saying that they can go lay down when they have to go to Columbus and play Ohio State, but they can be special and definitely make the playoffs.
Yep.
If they can be, you know what I'm saying, win these next 3 games.
Yep. Let's see here. I want you to, before we get here to the NBA, John, I want you to see if you can do the name that player or name that team, kind of like to do with Barkley. John, what team is Chris Paul on for this season?
The Spurs.
Oh, that was a quick response there by you, John.
Come on, man. You got to know where the dudes is at, man. Coaches is hard, but yeah, I know the players are most.
Who is the new head coach of the Detroit Pistons playing the Pacers tonight?
The new head coach of the Pistons. Oh, it's the homie that used to be with Cleveland, Bickerstaff.
Hey, John Versong, 2-4-2.
Yeah, Coach, it was lame that he got fired by Cleveland, but, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a good coach.
Let's see. Last one, DeMar DeRozan. Where do you go?
Oh, he was the Kings, man. They played, when he got traded out there, he went to his high school gymnasium. They played not like us. The whole gym is erupted for DeMar. So
yeah, I need a
they got a high reputation out there for
I need an apology from you. All that shit you're talking about James Weissman, he's already got back-to-back buckets and a couple boards.
Don't get me started. Good rotation guy.
I'll get you started in the NBA. Thoughts on last night? First, the Celtics and the Knicks. Celtics just shellacked the Knicks 29 threes, I think it was. Knicks playing without one of their guys, but Celtics look like they're primed for another run.
Yeah, it was primed for another run. the kid, Jalen Brown is pissed. He's playing very pissed. If you took anything from his interview with Stephen A., we playing with the edge, like that kind of pitch. You know what I'm saying? So that's one. You got prime Al Horford out there. It's like he turned back time on him again, man, and that makes the that makes it real hard. You know what I'm saying? When you got, you know what I'm saying, a piece, because the unicorn ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? Probably not till after the All-Star break, y'all. You know what I mean? So, the Knicks got to figure some things out defensively. They probably going to argue, Brandon. I know people are going to be like, how do you know this, Brandon? I'll be up on it. Brandon, they probably going to trade for another guard to get better defensively, whether that's Marcus Smart or not. That's kind of who they want and covet. They had to give up a whole lot to get him. You know what I'm saying? But, like, they got to get better defensively. And I think they will. You know what I'm saying? But no, man, the Celtics, they should be surprised. The Celtics this last week took 55 threes in a preseason game, man. So like, nah, man, they like to shoot them. So
Yeah.
we're gonna see if they're gonna make it.
We never gave our official Pacers prediction. I've got them at 46 wins, less than last year, and I've got them as a 6 seed.
Mm-hmm.
What was yours?
Nah, man, you being too nice, man, Brandon.
Nice.
That shit, right? Yeah, no, you gotta look at the lay of the land. Philadelphia, them dudes ain't doing back to back. And you know what I'm saying? What you everybody kind of paid Philadelphia into being this juggernaut of a team. And I ain't gonna say blame me. I was one of them, but I thought they was gonna play. Now they not gonna play. That's what they said. They you know what I'm saying? We're gonna give it a go when we can.
82 games, man. 82 games.
Yeah, you don't want to you want to get behind 20 games or 10 games, and you see what you just saw with the Celtics, right? I think the Pacers. This is the opportunity for the. I told you, Brand, don't shy away from that 4 seed, man. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Don't shy away from the 4 seed. I'm gonna stick with that prediction. They should be, you know what I'm saying, 4 seed. I know that Damian Lillard is feeling a little bit better about the situation in Milwaukee. So people going to say, well, why aren't you considering me to be a top 3 seed? I am. You know what I'm saying? But, like, man, I think the Pacers is better than the Pacers is still better than the Bucks. You know what I'm saying? When they get there, when they play together. But the Pacers probably going to go through the same where they sit Halliburton for like 2 weeks or whatever. They have enough depth or whatever. I know that's a terrible word, but they have enough depth where they can kind of weather the storm. So, man, I like them, man. I'm not going to shy away from the 4. So you say 6, I'm going to say with the 4.
Okay. Yeah, I just look at it, man. I got the Celtics better than them. I've got the Knicks better than them. I obviously have Milwaukee better than them. I think
Miami, no.
I think
Miami,
Philly.
no, man.
I think Philly's. I think Philly's still a 4. They have to be, John, with with that talent on the roster. They got to be a 4. 5 can be either them, the Pacers, Cleveland, or Miami at 5, and then however it goes through the rest that way. So, just my thoughts on that. Thoughts on the second game last night, man? We had LeBron. Oh Lord, James Wiseman going to the locker room. I don't know what happened now. There we go.
He played.
I don't know. He got hit in the dick or something. I don't know what's going on, man. He hit a free throw, and then that's a wrap. But no, Bron played, and then Bronny got in there in the second quarter. No points, missed a couple shots, but father-son moment. A lot of people lost their shit for it. I didn't.
No, man, it was a good photo op moment, man. You know, pass around on social media. You know what I'm saying? Kind of what Take Sports for. The Griffins was at the game. That's kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know your history, you should. You know what I'm saying? They kind of did that before. You know what I'm saying? Father son on the same playing. You know what I'm saying? Playing field. You know what I'm saying? Bronny's probably gonna get that G League assignment is coming too.
Hey,
coming fast.
how pissed
Y'all.
would you be? You see Bronny, second round pick, shouldn't have been picked, whatnot, doesn't have the talent in there. Some other NBA players saying he's not ready. He gets in there in the second quarter, plays some minutes, while and you mentioned it in a tweet a while back, and you're Jalen Hood Shafino just sitting down at the end of the bench, you can't get any play.
Jalen Hood-Schifino didn't like he could play dead in the preseason. He didn't look like he could play dead in a zombie movie. You know what I mean? Jalen Hood, this is supposed to be the year where you ascend. You know what I'm saying? And it hasn't looked good for Jalen Hood. I kind of been disappointed in Hood-Schifino's preseason. So I get it what you're saying, Brandon, but you know, the first game is definitely going to be, the first couple games probably damn near. It might be another game where they do this, man. Sorry. You know, talk about it out there. So, nah, man, if you were better than people that showed up, push your thing up, or anybody else that's kind of, wait in rotation. But nah, man, that's the game, man. That's the game that the Lakers, clearly was in control of, man. LeBron James, how many he had? 39? Easy. He had 39. You know what I'm saying? We might see a little bit of aggression from the Timberwolves, man. They have to adjust to their new teammate, Towns, who, been a long-standing, star for them, gone in the trade with the Knicks. They have some other, Dillingham, the kid from Kentucky. On the clock. I don't even know if he got into the game last night.
Yeah.
I got to look at the box score. But yeah, they got some players that they have to. Once they go, Bear ain't going nowhere. They gave him some more money.
No.
But no, man, Lakers look, pretty good last night.
Hey, man, I'm seeing reports. Oh man, James Wiseman, left calf injury, allegedly will not return, but there's a lot of people saying it was non-contact. Looked like it was Achilles.
Oh.
Jesus Christ! Before it even got started, he got 2 buckets and a couple of rebounds, and don't tell me that's the end of the season already. Damn. I hope not. John. We got
Andrew Bynum.
Hibbert. Bring back Roy.
No, man,
hey, man, you've been giving shit to Paul George and Joel Embiid sitting out these games, being hurt and all this. What about your man out there in Los Angeles going to play in that $1 billion stadium tonight? Kawhi, well, he's not going to play, but Kawhi Leonard out for several weeks. And this dude was going to play in the Olympics? Something fishy there, John.
It's always been fishy with Kawhi Leonard. Ever since the San Antonio Spurs didn't want to extend him to $200 million. How many years ago was that? When $200 million was nothing. And you know what I'm saying? When $200 million was a big thing. I mean, now it's nothing. I kind of put a red flag there, man. The Spurs did not want to. That's just, if everybody trying to say the Spurs are going to cheat, that was just the regular fair, of the contract of like, say like they had LeBron James, who, offending. Kawhi Leonard was, at that point, was ascending, right? But they trust their science. They knew his knees wasn't as strong or as, durable or as, over the time period of what he wanted, from what he wanted to be paid, and what he was probably knowing he was going to sit out. I think he already knows he's going to sit out X amount of number of games. He's playing the system. And it might be something that he learned from the Spurs, I guess, because he ain't the only one that had to sit out, right? They extended Tony Parker and Tim Duncan and everybody else's career by relaxing or having to sit out or whatever, and not playing extended minutes as they were into the late 30s. But Kawhi Leonard has abused this. But like, can you really fault it? Who we really mad at, Brandon? Are we mad at Steve Ballmer? The market said Kawhi Leonard could ask for $55 million. Ballmer said, Kawhi, I don't want you to leave us. Paul George are 11. So I don't know. They didn't make a consensus.
Right.
They said, hey, it's you or Paul. They didn't, hey, it's you or Paul. They just said, they did. They said Paul. They offered Paul George money. They did.
D-Cot's commenting on the Facebook.
Paul George said it wasn't enough.
Decott, it's
Hoffman said it wasn't enough money.
it's Achilles injury, Decott. They're reporting it's Achilles. I know he's out with he's out for the season. It's Achilles. Saw the replay. NBA doctor on Twitter, who's pretty reliable with his injuries, looked at it all. It was coming down non-contact when he stepped back, just like who recently just blew their Achilles, and you can see it snap. Yep, you can see it, especially from the Detroit video that's online right now. So Wiseman is out. He'll be out for the year. Sorry.
That's great.
Damn it, man. Achilles. Jesus. I was hoping big things with him this year, John. I know y'all kept talking smack. He ain't gonna be nothing. He put himself out of role here with Indiana. He was the first guy off the bench. Now, who I want to see something from this year, got to show me something, Ben Matherin. You got to show me something, Jarris Walker. You're getting minutes right now. Walker's getting minutes finally. We got to see something, or else it's to the bench and we move over some of that thing. But Matherin's got to figure it out. I've already seen him a little bit sloppy, couple turnovers, but you're going to have that in game one. We don't want to put John's boy Furphy in there. We gotta stay away from that.
No, man, Furphy's gonna be with the Ants, man. This year, man. Not this year. No, he won't be a person this year.
Yeah. So, damn, man, hate to see that for James Wiseman there. What else do I have? World Series, John. We got Yankees Dodgers gonna be starting up this Friday night. Fall Classic. AL and NLCS were a little bit. There was a lot of drama. Good games between the Guardians and the Yankees, and also the Mets and Dodgers had a couple good ones.
Yeah, it's when was the last time we started the Mets and extended, dramatized playoff games in quite some time now. But the two most storied franchise, sorry Boston fans, sorry Cubs fans, the two most storied franchises in Major League Baseball, you got the Dodgers from Los Angeles, transplant from Brooklyn, right? And you got, the New York Yankees who are currently in Brooklyn. So, no, man, stars are gonna be out. Should be a lot of hitting this one, Brandon. I don't necessarily favor, anybody's pitching necessarily, in this matchup, man. But I don't know, man. I don't have no favor. I don't have no dog in the race, man.
I don't think the Dodgers have I don't think there's a weak spot for the Dodgers. That lineup is just 1 through 9, just relentless, and then the pitching, the guys don't swing. They don't swing at balls. They are so defensive and plate disciplined. They do not swing at balls, and when the pitchers throw them in that strike zone, man, they pound it. And we saw it with Ohtani. We've seen it with all of them. Hernandez, it's crazy, John. I've never seen it, and they just pounded that ball, and they would not swing if it went out of the zone there against the Mets in that series. So, craziness. Let's see. We got Tanner coming here shortly on with us. We talked about a little bit of the Indiana Hoosiers. Rankings-wise, John, we'll talk our rankings real quick. We both have Oregon number 1. You have jumped Penn State to number 2. I know you don't feel like they're the true number 2 team in the country. I've moved Georgia to number 2 on mine because they did lose a close game to Alabama that they shouldn't have been down that much. Georgia's still a prime house team. I've got Ohio State at 3 and Texas at 4. Penn State's 5th for me. You've got Oregon, Penn State, Georgia. I'm really sus on your Miami pick at 4 and then Ohio State.
Man, why? They haven't lost.
You weren't on them. You were on Clemson. I was on Miami for the ACC.
Dude, is Clemson a stronger team? Kind of like how they took their love. They lost to Georgia, man. Georgia's a freaking buzzsaw. What if Georgia had beat Alabama? You could just shut the damn playoff down now. Brandon, if they had beat Alabama, what would we need to see as people? They had to beat everybody. You know what I'm saying? So they had to beat Texas, they had to beat Clemson, they had to beat Alabama. Shut the CFP down. What's the game for?
The biggest thing, John, about the biggest thing about the college football playoff now and in these super conferences, you can call them, is this week we have a interesting game, and we'll talk it with Tanner, but we have basically an elimination game this week. We have an elimination game
Alabama?
between Alabama and Missouri. Whoever loses this is out.
Yeah.
They are done. But it's pretty basically.
Doesn't Alabama? I thought Alabama had 2 more great games in front of them.
Well, I mean, they will, but if you lose this is your third loss, right?
Well, you would need help.
You're gonna need help, a lot of help. But these, and it doesn't. Your schedule doesn't get any easier.
Right.
But so they've got some work to do. I still, John, say I think Signetti, he could be a Sooner, he could be a Gator, or he could be an Auburn Tiger next year. IU needs to do whatever they can to say, hey, what else do we need to give you in that contract? I read over his contract, what he gets, and what type of car they supply him with, the unlimited golf at the golf course. Oh, it's incentive high already, but it's not like SEC or SEC money, John. And your resources are a lot better down there than Bloomington.
They gotta show him the book. They gotta show him Quinn Buckner's book, man.
Well, Quinn's
Quinn Buckner is one to hold the key. He holds the key to the city, man. He gotta let Signetti, cook, so that he can go get some more guys, man. Otherwise, it won't be lasting. If you don't pay for him to stay around, it won't be it just won't be a lasting feeling. This will be a fleeting feeling, because even if I was teaching, I was joking back to the sport meeting because Ball State let another one go. He could have beat Vanderbilt, man. Vanderbilt ain't that special. I don't know how they were in the game. They were in the game. Vanderbilt ain't that special, man. Ball State was in the game, bro. And defensively, but even if you recruit the best defensive back, right, from the state of Indiana, that still is going to leave you in a challenging position, on the field. But you still need to, But and more guys, more kids that need to go from the Hoosier State and from Midwest, kind of need to pull here. But I don't think he kind of goes anywhere. But you got to make some kids if they can kind of come up, with something. Just got to make. He made IU this year already so special, and the stuff that he kind of brought on. So you kind of gotta. He just failed. So
what did I say? 20 million. Is that what I sell? The $20 million buyout this year, and then it goes down for that.
I can see Florida. For Oklahoma, Brad, I can see Florida, but I don't think he leaves.
Okay. I don't think Auburn. I think Auburn would be the last, but Oklahoma needs to figure it out, man. Like Venables is not getting it done out there in Oklahoma. He was supposed to be this defensive juggernaut guy, and
but Brandon, things changed up on him, Brandon. Now you don't have that game in between when you played Oklahoma State, and you can kind of feel a little good because you didn't zip up
Kansas. Big 12.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, you didn't zip up Kansas State. You know what I'm saying? Now they just do Oklahoma. They just do Oklahoma no favors.
No.
In their schedule. So IU has got. Now, listen, I get it, man. They've got a very favorable schedule, but you got to play the teams in front of you, and this is, this is Tom Crean's IU team. There was not a guarantee they was going to be Northwestern. There was definitely not a guarantee they was ever going to beat Maryland. You know what I'm saying? And a 56 burger. No, how many points? They scored 60? Did they score 60 points? On Nebraska? It was 56. It was 56. That's crazy. I never would have thought that ever would have happened.
Yeah. Okay. I'm waiting to see if we get Tanner coming on here. He might be. We may and you may just have to. We may have to roll this because I've got work that's calling me and texting me right now. I was afraid this was going to happen. So let's dive into our picks, John. Tanner's calling right now. So we'll get him on momentarily. We'll dive in first game, Northern Illinois minus 12.5 at Ball State. John, we'll have you start with Northern Illinois, Ball State. 12.5.
Ball State.
Do you think they're going to turn around at home? Okay, interesting. Like you said, I thought they have this against Vanderbilt. They covered, but you thought they should have won.
They still covered.
They did
I
cover.
told them win. They still covered. Yeah.
Yeah, they covered for sure. But they'll be. I'd like to see them win. I mean, Northern Illinois is one of their rivals. 12.5 seems like a lot when you're a home underdog. So hopefully they'll be. They can compete there, make a competitive game, stay within that number there. Another one, John. Syracuse at number 19, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh minus 5.5.
There's no way. They're still have a special season up there in Pittsburgh, man. I got Pittsburgh win.
Okay.
I know it's a rival. I know it's a rival there.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Pittsburgh as well. Let's bring Tanner on real quick. Tanner, first game for you is Northern Illinois minus 12.5 at Ball State. Who'd you like in that one?
Well, just kind of quick. I did a little thing. Ball State went up there and won last year, 20-17. I think Northern Illinois is going to have a little revenge. Double-digit favorites this year. Coming back on that revenge game, I read an article like hitting at about 58%. So I'm going to follow that trend. Go against the Cardinals. Shouldn't have win against the Cardinals because that'll lead up to what I'll talk about later last week. But so for this week, yeah, I'll take Northern Illinois, laying the 12.5 up in Muncie.
Okay. Next one, Tanner, for you to match us is you did take Northern. Wait, who did you take in that one? Sorry, I had this completely wrong.
Northern.
Okay, I had it right. Syracuse at number 19, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh minus 5.5.
All right, real quick on that. I think it's going to be a very defensively minded ball game between those two. I think Pittsburgh squeaked one out last week, won like 17-15, really didn't have much offense. I think Kyle McCord's the X factor in this game. I think, what are we getting, 5.5, 6.5? I think something around there. Either way, I like the Qs. Give me the Orangemen covering on there.
Okay. Number 17, Boise State, minus 3.5 at UNLV. John.
Give me Boise State. My guy, the running back here, is still, they're still should be in the room for Heisman, Kansas City, right? So give me Boise. First turn.
Tanner.
I'll go quick too. Not so fast. I think Boise gets tested in this game. I think it's going to be a close one. I think they win. But give me UNLV, the home dogs, catching 3. I like that. I'll take the running Reds.
Okay. I'm going to take Boise State minus the 3. I like that running back. He's putting up crazy numbers this year. I think he just continues to go in there to UNLV. Maybe throw a little blackjack on there with it. Next one I'm going to take, guys. The College Game Day, Washington at number 13, Indiana. Indiana minus 6.5. Tanner.
He's 7-0 against the spread. Might as well ride it again. Go 8-0. I think even though they're going to be rolling out Trace Jackson's little brother, Trayvon, he's had some action last year. He played a little bit played that whole second half last week. I think that offense could still work through him. It's going to be close. I don't think it's going to be a blowout like it was on homecoming, but I think IU should win this game. I'm going to say by 10.
Okay. John.
I'm going to go with Tanner, man. I'm just kind of like, if this was Rourke at quarterback, it'd be another role. They put up another 50 burger, man. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, it's not going to be him, man. But they survived another week undefeated. Give me IU.
I'm going to take Indiana as well. I think they roll in this one, cover the spread easily. Next one, Oklahoma at number 16, Ole Miss. Ole Miss 20-point favorites. Man, I've taken Oklahoma, and they've screwed me over so many times. 20. Give me Ole Miss. They got to start playing a little bit better, a little bit. Give me Ole Miss minus 20. I don't like it.
Give me Ole Miss too, man. Hurting me.
I've just been doing some tidbits on there. Old Venables fired everybody. Coordinator pulled He's pulled play calling duties from people. I mean, I think it's a dumpster fire right now in in Oklahoma, pardon me. He's trying to figure it out right now. They switched quarterbacks, went to that Arnold guy, sent the Hawkins guy. I just think Ole Miss, they're going to need the victory more. I think Lane's got them prepared. If they're going to have any chance of making a run at that playoff, he can't lose this. So I think he's got to win this one, and I just think Oklahoma. I don't know. Their defense is good, but I think it's always out there too long, and I think Dart and that up tempo last week I think gave Oklahoma a little bit of trouble. I don't think they're going to like that. So yeah, give me Ole Miss.
Okay, John.
I said Ole Miss.
Oh,
yeah, he snap called you.
Oh, he snap called it. Okay, sorry, I'm
Yeah.
doing two things at once right
Yeah.
now. Next one, number
You're
12,
good.
Notre Dame -13 at Navy. Tanner.
All right. So I was doing some thinking on here. At first I was like, man, I like Navy +13. Sounds good. Getting a double-digit home thing. But Notre Dame, ever since that loss to Northern Illinois, they've been putting a foot down on people. And I just think, and I saw earlier, I know you normally do the tick, I saw 80% of the money's already on Navy. It's going to be a pros versus Joe's game. I'm going pro side. I'm taking the Irish. If everybody's going to feed in on Navy, I'm gonna fade the public and go the other way.
I'm going to go Irish as well. I think Irish cover the spread there.
I mean, they did beat them last year 44-3, but I mean, different year. But still.
Right, exactly.
The last 3 times they played them, they beat them by 20 or more. These are all stats that I looked at. Yeah, so I mean, I'm good. Yeah, it's hard for me to fade them here.
Yep, absolutely. John.
I'm going with Notre Dame, man.
Right. Going with the Irish. Number 20, Illinois at number 1, Oregon. Oregon 21.5-point favorites.
Is that Illinois?
It's at Oregon.
Yep.
Damn it. Okay.
Go ahead, John.
I like Oregon.
Okay. Tanner?
And, well, I'm going to go not so fast. I think this game, I liked the under last time when they played Purdue, and it blew up.
Yeah.
I mean, the over in the Purdue game, and it went way under, pardon me, but I like the under again here. I just think Oregon struggled covering the spread as home favorites, like double-digit favorites. I think they're like 1-3 this year is covering the spread against being double-digit favorites at home. So I just think it might be, if Bielema can slow down Gabriel just a little bit, I think they can keep it. You're giving them 3 touchdowns. I think they can cover. I think they can slow it down, run it a little bit. If they can control the clock, it's definitely in favor of Illinois this game.
Okay. Next one is I told John earlier, this is an elimination game for the playoff. Number 21, Missouri at number 15, Alabama. Tanner.
I'm just going to go quick. I think they're going to absolutely riot if they lose down there in Tuscaloosa this week. They'll blow somebody out. With what they've done I'm telling you, that town will blow up down there. So, actually, it's another game I like the under because Missouri hasn't done anything solid for me lately. They haven't looked too impressive for me lately, especially last week against Auburn. So I like Bama here. I think they could win by 2 touchdowns. I think they'll win by about 17. So that's enough to cover. So give me the Crimson Tide.
Okay. 1 second here.
I really want chaos.
Go ahead. Go ahead, John.
I really want chaos. Missouri hasn't looked that great on the road. This is a game in Missouri. I'll be like, man, chaos is coming. But that being said, man, the game's in Alabama. Terrence just said, man, if they lose to Missouri, Alabama, man, he'll have to they'll throw eggs and tomatoes and everything else, man. So like, nah, man, Alabama be ready. Alabama, Milrow will be looking like he'll be back on. He's not gonna be invited to the Heisman at this point. But like, man, he should look sharp, and I think Alabama comes out with the win.
Okay, I'm going to take Alabama as well. They got to blow somebody's ass out at some point, so why not here? Number 5, Texas, 18.5-point favorites at number 25, Vanderbilt. Tanner.
This is what I was going to get on last week. I didn't know Vandy had Texas this week, or I would have took Ball State. That was their look-ahead game last week against Ball State, covering that game. Texas coming to town. I know everybody's going to think they can blow them out coming back. They just lost, so everybody. I mean, I've been kind of tore on both sides, but I think Vandy's a little different this year. They can score with people, and I think they can keep up scoring with Texas with that offense. I think 3 scores is a little too much for this game, and I think Vandy, if they're going to play the way they played against Alabama, if you get that same Vandy team, 18.5 is way too many points. So I like Vandy covering the 18.
Okay. John.
Yeah, Vandy's a strong unit. I don't know, man. Texas is going to be. Where's the game at, Brandon? It's in Vanderbilt?
Yeah.
The cover. I usually don't go. Give me Vanderbilt the cover. They're a strong bunch, man.
Yeah, I think they cover the spread way too much for 18.5. So I'm going to take it as well. I think they can kind of utilize the same game plan against Texas as they did Alabama, keep it close. Number 3, Penn State, -6.5 at Wisconsin. John.
Penn State.
Good call. Tanner?
Comfortably.
No, he doesn't know. Penn State has Ohio State next week. Trap game for Penn State right here. They could be on there. Wisconsin's won the last 3 games by 20 points. It's the Wisconsin we expected to see all season. Watch out for the Nittany Lions on upset alert. Give me the Badgers.
The fact that you said that, I was going to go with you, but I'm going to switch. I'm going to go Penn State on this one. I think they probably win by 7. Your boy TJ, or your boy Franklin knows the spread, so I think they end up covering the spread late. By the way, before we pick this last game, bad week for all of us last week. Bad.
Oh, son of a bitch. It was terrible.
Bad week. Tanner, me and you both went 2-9. John was 4-7. Bad week.
Yeah.
John still looking good overall, 49-35. That's a strong 14 games above 500.
That is.
So, me and John me and Tanner are both below the Mendoza line. I'm 41-45 and Tanner is 40-46. So you're only 1 game back of me, Tanner. So, last game, gentlemen, number 8 LSU at number 14 Texas A&M. Texas A&M 2.5-point favorites.
Man, I'm just going to say, this is the hardest game for me to pick the whole week right here. I've gone back and forth. I've looked at both ways. I wanted to take LSU. Like, if I take LSU, I'd take them on the money line. I know I did that when they won at home against Ole Miss, but man.
This is Brian Kelly.
Yeah, this is Brian Kelly. Oh, man,
This is Brian Kelly. Don't be like that, man. You got to bet with your brain, not with your heart.
And I feel like Brian Kelly choked some big games, so I'm taking, give me A&M.
A&M. Okay.
Oh, you could. I have to remind you, Brandon. You see what happened? I have to remind you who was coaching the team. He's like, oh, Brian Kelly. I'm going the other way.
I'm taking A&M as well, minus the 2.5 at home. 12th man. Brian Kelly on the road is different from Brian Kelly at home. It is a night game, but
man,
we don't trust it. I'm taking A&M as well.
I do. Give me LSU, man. Y'all gonna believe me. I'm not saying you owe him an apology. You don't owe him an apology. You don't. Nobody. No. But but you're not gonna be laughing at him.
Oh,
Too many more times.
okay.
He's gonna lose this game, and he's sitting kind of in the driver's seat on this playoff to make it, and they're gonna lose and get knocked out.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's in order.
Before we let you go, T,
Yeah.
thoughts real quick on Yankees Dodgers World Series.
Oh man, at the restaurant I work at for the Fishers, we have there's a sports agent that comes in there a lot, and he's Purdue grad, and he lives but now he lives in Manhattan. He's from New York originally. He's actually I'm trying to go to Game 5 actually, so I feel like the Yankees can make it to Game 5. It would be in the Bronx, so I think Otani's going to be a little amped up. I mean, everybody wanted to see this. It's kind of what MLB wants. They love those teams in there. It's been 43 years since they played each other, but if you think about it, they should have played in 2017 when the Astros were cheating. That's who would have played when so yeah.
Not sour at all.
No, the players. Yeah, no, the only thing I'm sorry about is the players that didn't get in any trouble. They're like, oh, that's fine. Right. Just the management. No, like you didn't have the balls to stand up and say what you were doing was wrong. So lost a little bit for him on that, but yeah,
right.
I think it's going to go. I forgot the format was back to whoever had the best record. I really thought when the Yankees were in the world, I was like, oh, they got home field because I thought it was still on whoever won the All-Star game, but I forgot they changed that back like in 2018. I didn't know that. I had to do some research on it, so I was like, oh, yeah. They can 1 and 2 and 6 and 7 at home. That's where I need it to be. I just think it's going to be tight. I think it's what everybody wants to see.
Right.
I think the hitting's kind of even. Dodgers probably have the upper leg in the bullpen. The Yankees probably have the advantage in the starting pitching. So, I mean, I could see this thing going 6 or 7 easily. If it goes anything less than 6, I'll be shocked.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Well, T, thanks for calling, my man. Good luck in your picks this week.
A couple minutes late, yeah.
Yeah, we'll keep going with it. So, thanks, Tanner.
All right, fellas. Thanks for chatting. Have a good one. Yep.
All right, that's our guy, Tanner Penrod, college football analyst, guest picker with us. Hopefully, let's have a better week this week with our picks because God knows we all need it. John, do you want to? We got our special guest on hold right now. John, do you want to do a little intro and bring her on?
Yeah, man, bring her on in, man.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, Crossroads. Go ahead, Brent.
No, go ahead. I'm just telling you she's on.
But, ladies and gentlemen, Crossroad listening audience, if you didn't listen to, I had did a special little one-off with our special guest and our Hall of Famer, Debbie Walker Argison. Welcome to the show. She went to Missouri. I'm not going to tell you how many years ago it was, but she played basketball for Missouri basketball. Still has many records. I do believe she's still number 7 all-time scorer in Missouri all-time basketball. And she just recently went to another Hall of Fame. So welcome to the show, Deb.
Thank you. Thank you guys for having me on the show. It's a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Welcome.
Deb, like I said, I wanted you to kind of come on with live because you didn't get to necessarily meet Brandon and kind of share some of your story. Say you're a original Indiana native, correct? And how did you end up at? I already know, but how did you end up at Missouri How did you end up in Missouri to play basketball anyway?
Well, they recruited me really hard, and so I had been speaking with them for. Something happened. You still there?
Yep, we're here.
No, sure.
Okay, cool. I just kind of liked the atmosphere and the campus. When I went to visit, they were super nice. They were all into education, and it wasn't a lot. I mean, there's a lot of talk about basketball, but they was really into making sure that you're going to graduate when you get there. And the coach was super cool. The players were excellent. I mean, I won't say excellent, but they're very good players when I went for my trip. And so just going there and seeing that I had to work so hard just to get a shot off and practice when I went there to visit, it let me know that they were a team that can contend with all other teams that are good. They could be some contenders. And so the team was all white, and I was only black, and that was something that I had to adjust to. But other than that, I just liked the school and the coaches and the players. Yes.
Okay.
I got you. So nobody necessarily comes up like a Hall of Fame overnight. As you played all 4 years at Missouri. I know you had some opportunity to play professionally after Missouri. I know there wasn't necessarily a WNBA, you know what I'm saying, at all. You know what I'm saying? To when was the WNBA come back to like the late '90s, I do believe. But can you tell us a little bit about some of the places that you've seen basketball, not on American soil?
Okay, so originally I was recruited to play for Stockholm, Sweden, and
Okay.
I signed a contract to play for them, but unfortunately, it was taking a long time to send the ticket and the paperwork over. So then I ended up going to. They were calling me to come to. Let me back up. They wanted me to come to Switzerland from the beginning, but Switzerland didn't have a sponsor at the time. So then Sweden stepped in and got a sponsor, and they was going to send me the ticket and all this, and I was scheduled to go there. And they didn't send it when they said it was. So then France called, and so a guy from my hometown, he lived not far from me, so I felt comfortable. I was like, oh, okay, I know Mr. Daniels, I'll go check it out. So they was like, if they don't have your ticket by Monday, we'll have a ticket for you. So I end up going to Chicago and hopping on a plane and going over to, I went over to Saint Etienne, France. And I ended up staying there. And Carl Nix was playing there too. So that was cool because I could hang out with him and his family. And I stayed there and played. And then I left Saint Etienne, France, and then I went to Geneva, Switzerland. And so I stayed in Geneva for a year, played there, and that was real. All the places I went was a whole lot of fun. And so, so we traveled all over Europe. So all the teams from the top of Switzerland to the bottom, all the German parts, all the French-speaking parts, and and the Italian parts of Switzerland is divided up into 3 different speaking languages. So it was a great experience just to be able to go and enjoy all the mountains and the beautiful scenery and meet all the different people and the culture and the food and the different music. It was just a wonderful adventure.
What would you?
I loved it.
Yeah. No, I was saying, what would you say would be the biggest difference that you noticed between the American style of basketball versus the Euro style when you got over there?
It seemed a little bit faster. Why, I don't know. It just seemed a little faster, and the what do you call it? It's been so long. The 3-second lane is wider. A whole lot wider, and it's shape different. So posting up and high post and low post is different. But other than that, it's basically just going out and playing basketball, having fun. And so also when I was there, it was more playing for survival, because like the team that I joined, they was at the bottom, and you know how they have 2 leagues in Switzerland, the A League and the B League. So the team I went to, they was at the bottom, and so it was just, with the struggle, because it's they was the bottom of the A League, and they was getting ready to get forced out to the B League, and they didn't want to do that. So then that's how they got me to help them come up to the top of the league. And it's hard because you're the only American on your team, and so you they're all trying to guard you, and so yeah, it's a lot of fun. But it's different because, like I said, you're expected to go there and help them win, and the coach will tell you to shoot, and your teammates want you to pass them the ball, and they're yelling at you, pass the ball. And I'm like, okay, I want to, but coach want me to catch the score up. So, you got that little conflict there, and it's kind of funny. And then at that time, the European players, they were not getting paid, and the Americans were. So there's a little conflict with that, being that we were getting paid, and it was kind of like a rec for them, a recreation league, So, but then as time went on, like I said, sponsorship started taking care of everything, and they started getting paid. So it worked out.
Okay.
Now I gotta ask you, because I know you're a fan of today's game and how it's you know what I'm saying, in like 2 years' time, if not overnight, it's jumped from, you know what I'm saying, yeah, we had WNBA finals and it was celebrated to like this year. So kind of just give me your thoughts on the like comet rise of women's basketball as it is, you know, it's still internationally and with the WNBA.
Yeah. Well, I don't have much to say about it because I think that, well, see, I've been watching the Storm for a decade. So up here, it has always been a big market for basketball. And so what the people see in Indiana and the East Coast, those teams over there, the growth is just now starting to come. We already had that. You know, we've just gone to the game's been packed. You know, we have our 4 championships, and you go to the games, and it's just a great time. And so with that being said, other teams now catching up with the younger players coming in and showing that, yeah, they can play ball, but they could play ball anyway. It's just people didn't see it. And now we have the new rookies coming in, showcasing themselves, and they're getting the NIL money, and it's just making things grow so fast. And I think it's a great thing that women have finally, you know, the women's sports is starting to arrive to the point where, yes, they can fill the stadium. You know, people want to watch them. And then, like I said, they say a lot of stuff about the gender and all that stuff. When you read the comments on the comments on social media can be so harsh for them, you know. And I was like, and it's mostly the people that they don't even watch it. They see bits and pieces, and they make you know, whatever they think about the girls or the women or how they carry themselves or what they do on their free time. So to me, it has nothing to do with any of that. It's like, can you play ball? That's all that matters. And so with that being said, we witnessed this when we just saw New York and Minnesota, right? This whole season, we witnessed, we know that the crowd's there, the money's there, the sponsorship is there. It's just, it just takes time because we're women. And Jonathan, what you talking about, Alabama? Missouri gonna sneak up and beat them.
Oh man!
Hey, there you go.
Oh man!
That's what I'm saying.
Gonna be a shock, like you said.
I've liked and picked Missouri on last 2 seasons because they kind of turned the program around. This season's been some of you know what I'm saying? You know, we kind of we report honest around here. We don't necessarily report with fandom unless you're talking about Brandon, you know what I'm saying? He said he won't let Purdue go. Purdue football, basketball, he won't Purdue football. And rightfully so. Rightfully so, you know what I'm saying? I got a good friend. You know, so we both of us have a good friend who coaches for Purdue, so. I'm like, nah, man, I don't know. I'm not missing. It should be a close game.
Debbie, he's still caught up on he's hated Missouri ever since they left the Big 12 for the SEC. That's his big holdup.
Oh, this is true. This is true.
I know you.
Why was he mad?
Just because
he's traditional.
I like natural rivalries. Yeah, traditional. I like natural rivalries. You know, we played the teams we played for 100 years. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it means a whole lot to those teams when you you know what I mean. But you know, Missouri has made its mark in the SEC. But you know, Alabama is in the crosshairs, and they really need to win. So you know, it's gonna be a good game though.
Well, I hope it's not this weekend.
I did read. I know, right? Exactly. So I read, and I love the evolution. Like now, kind of how the spotlight's finally getting on the WNBA, the rating. Like you talked about the ratings, the revenue coming in, the charter flights are starting to come. To something they obviously need to change the playoff format to where it's not travel friendly anymore. It needs to be back to the 2-2-1-1-1 style. But now today in Sports Illustrated, they said there's a new women's basketball league. And they're going to try to lure Caitlin Clark with like Lionel Messi like an offer for like ownership to this league to like have a startup league that kind of in the off season of the WNBA. Do you kind of like that with them starting kind of a second league? It's kind of like almost like Ice Cube's Big Three, but that was always retired players and stuff. But I think anytime you can put another sport out there and try to draw eyes, especially with women's sports like this, personally, I think it could be something to see. They're trying to do their inaugural season that would be starting this January. John? John, you there? Oh, Debbie, are you there? Did I lose everybody? I think I lost everybody. Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Oh, can you hear me now? Okay, I can hear you now.
Okay, cool.
I don't know what happened.
All right.
Okay, now I can hear you guys. I don't know. I was talking about that inaugural league. I didn't know what you guys' thoughts were on that.
I don't think
Now,
if you're going
Go ahead,
overseas to play in your off season and you can stay at home and play, why not?
hmm
Right?
Yeah.
And then also, isn't it there's a women's 3-on-3 supposed to be starting up too with Brianna Stewart and a couple of the players from Minnesota. So I don't know. It's expanding. So at least you can stay at home if you want to play.
Okay.
You know.
John?
Deb, I didn't want to. Like I said, we are kind of pressed for time. I do appreciate you calling. We're gonna get you. We're gonna get you back on. It's not to talk a little bit more about football because, like Brad, she talks. She does know all sports, man. My friend, did you? Ain't you been at a Whalers game? The hockey team up there.
Yeah.
You just picked up with the. Yeah, man.
The Kraken, not the Whalers. Come on, man.
It's the Kraken. It ain't the Whalers. Shame on me. I didn't got in trouble.
Yeah, Seattle is a great place for sports. It really, really, really is. We have win or lose, you got support. So if we can just get our sports back, we'll be all right.
Well, that's what we need to talk about. Next time you come on, we're gonna be talking soccer for sure, and definitely talking football. So, like I said, we are pressed for time. I do appreciate you sharing your time and some of the story and your appreciation for the growth of the game.
And thank you guys. It's a pleasure. Anytime, all right?
Thanks, Debbie. Have a good one.
Absolutely.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, John. Great conversation there with Debbie Walker, Hall of Famer Debbie Walker. Great to have her on, pick her brain a little bit. Like you said, we'll definitely get her on again. John, I don't have anything else. You want to wrap us up?
No, man, it's been a great show, man. I want to say thank you to Tanner for calling in with his picks, man. I want to say thank you, Debbie Walker, Hall of Famer, 2 times, man. Check her out. check her work, man. She's got a lot of YouTube tapes out there, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Any young lady trying to just make it to the next level, man, check her tape, sure, man. Want to thank her for taking her time dipping in with us. We got a new friend in the program, y'all. I want to say thank you, Scott K. Nichols, State Farm Insurance, for being our number 1 sponsor at the Crossroads Sports Show, man. How can we do the Crossroads Sports Show without them? I want to say thank you to everybody trying to chime in. I see the comment section here on the Facebook Live, man. If you didn't, I know we couldn't talk, everybody couldn't call in today, man. We had too many people call in the show. But if you at least on the Facebook Live, you know what I'm saying, Crossroads Sports, man, come on, man. Get your act together, man. Every Wednesday we're out here, you know what I'm saying, between 7 and 8:30, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? And in between time.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying, if you don't find yourself, you know what I'm saying, on a Wednesday night, you can check us out. You're saying Brandon Reed, he's on the Twitters, he's on the threads. So am I, 3 Foodsman. I'm on the Twitters, I'm on the threads. Instagram, Crossroads Sports. You can always check for us there, man. We talk sports, we share content, we share, you know what I'm saying, nobody's putting nobody down. If you say the Pittsburgh Steelers think, you better have some data to back it up. But we'll chop it up with you, man. If you say, you know what I'm saying, this is the worst idea I've ever heard, like, then Doc, we'll chop it up. You know what I'm saying? But, like, no, man, we are a feel-good show. You know what I'm saying? With a lot of feel-good moments. Tonight was one of them, man. With that being said, that's Brandon Reed. I'm Jonathan Birdsong.
Hey, John, I got one last thing real quick. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Man,
we're supposed to do the wrestling segment, so we'll do that next week.
We're supposed to do the what? Oh, the doubler?
Ref. Yeah, but we'll do that. We'll worry about it next week.
Gotcha. My one question, it just came across my Twitter feed to ask, and thoughts, and we've talked NIL a lot. We've talked evolution of recruiting and stuff in college basketball. Earlier this week, Tony Bennett retired abruptly and said that it's changed from what college basketball was, that he feels like he can't do it anymore. We've seen other coaches retire a little early. Him, Jay Wright, I mean, you could say Coach K, but some of these guys have stepped away from the college game. What was your thoughts on Tony Bennett's situation, stepping away from Virginia? Because now it sounds like Ed Cooley might be going over there.
Yeah, and Ned Cooley was kind of, you know what I'm saying, he was kind of being voiceless about his opinion too, man, about this way too. But, you know, that's totally different never when we talk about coaches leaving. It is. When coaches leaving programs and kids leaving programs, I don't care what you say. At this point in the game, I think it's a little different. Kids now are just running away from either A, coaching, this is true,
yep,
or B, BYU offered a kid $100,000 more, right, from Purdue. Hey, Purdue, they offer, they're coming out and gonna play. You see what I'm saying? We're going back and forth. You either run away from the coaching or you're running for a bag. You know what I'm saying? So it's like some coaches don't want to deal with that, especially if the kid, like, I still gotta develop you. This kid, like, all right, I don't want to go down one whole brain. I know you got time, but
right.
like, man, I can't. If you are a great prospect, maybe to the NBA, like if Arizona wants to pay you $900,000, don't blow your fan. Don't blow your nose. I offered you $600. Like, what do you want to do? I'm not gonna play this game, man. This is not, you know what I'm saying, crazy market where this is Charlotte Hornets fight for it. You know what I'm saying, right? So I think he doesn't want to be a part of that, but that's kind of what the temperature is, man. For a program like this, traditional, that's not going to swing for, that's not going to be like Kentucky or Arkansas, where they just going to swing for the fences every year because it is what it is.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I thought it was sad to see him
for him. Like, I don't know Painter ever. I don't think Painter kind of goes to it. Painter has some hold on it, right? And they have a system that works for them, and they got players that they know they're not going to super max out on anyway. But like for him, he's tired of dealing with it. Yep. I don't blame him.
So, all right, that's all I really had for the Tony Bennett thing. It came up my feed, and then there's to talk about Ed Cooley going there. He addressed the rumors today, saying that he's not going anywhere, which means that he will probably be going to somewhere. So, thanks everybody for listening. We'll see you guys next week. Continue the conversation on Twitter, on Facebook, on Threads. That's Jonathan Birdsong. I'm Brandon Reef. See you guys next week.
Thanks for listening to the Crossroads Sports Radio Show.